Hey everyone, Hayden from the Pop Culture Gamers podcast here, and today we've got another review, an unboxing, and here it is. It's a air duster. Bet you weren't expecting that. I bet you were more thinking it was going to be something Steam Deck or gaming orientated. But no, I decided finally, after having my keyboard being pretty gross for a number of years with dust and collectibles getting underneath the keys, it was time maybe I needed to invest in some form of cleaner. So I've gone on for this one. So this is a Recipe air duster. The model is YO01P. This isn't a sponsored link. This is one that I've actually paid for myself. And this is USB chargeable. It's got powerful blowing, it's got a long battery, and it's compact and portable. Basically, it's more or less a hairdryer that just blows cold air, but with also these bristle things on as well. So pretty normal sort of packaging. As you can see, it's designed for keyboards, it's designed to clean your computer case, it's USB-C, and it's 2 working modes. In terms of the power and capacity and everything, this has got a battery that's a 7500 amp or 3.7 volts or 27.7 kilowatts. Type-C charging, it pulls a drain of 15 watts or 9 volts or 1.6 amps. Air output is 8 kPa max. There's no load airflow. It's 200 to 230 litres a minute. The dimensions are 58 by 96 by 170, and the weight is 362 grams. And to be honest, didn't feel it in this box. It actually feels quite a bit heavier. As you can see, showing on here about cleaning air vents in cars and stuff like that as well. So it's got a range of practical kind of uses that I can really think of, but that was sort of why I decided to go for it. But it's just really advertising the fact that it's for cleaning your computer and that. So let's have a look. This is how it came packaged. I've literally, the only thing I've done is taken it out of the Amazon box. It's not even sealed, which was what I found was a bit unusual, but it's got this sort of packaging on here like so, and this lifts up like that. Just bend that back a bit, lift this bit off, and we have our USB-C charging cable, which is not surprising seeing as that's what it said it came with. And also there is the nozzle for this, which is actually a little bit malformed on terms of the brushes, but that plugs in at the end. Nothing much else in there. This is the unit itself, together with some instructions. Nothing else in the box at all. That's just kind of it. Pretty basic, straightforward packaging. In terms of the user manual, it's quite small, but basically it's just all of the simple stuff, you know, how to use, point it in a direction, press the on button. It's not really very complicated, is it? How it takes this many pages to say that, and how to plug it into a wall socket, you know, USB-C or something. I will never know, but for whatever reason it's got it in a couple of different languages, I suppose. But there's 2 smart modes that in terms of it. There is a long press when you release a button and it will work off, and a double press will start, and until you press the power button again it will work off. Okay, fair enough, whatever. So here it is. So the main nozzle is built in, and obviously flexible. As you can see, it's just effectively it looks a lot like a hairdryer, but with a strange nozzle coming out at the end of it. That just literally sort of sticks on at the end, I think. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. Put it on there, and then you can use it like so as well. But this blows, it doesn't suck. It's not a vacuum cleaner. This is to blow debris and everything away from your machine. So that's it, very straightforward. There's the on button and a USB charging port. This actually, it does, to be fair, it feels really quite substantial in terms of it's heavy as a piece of equipment. I mean, it's not as, you know, heavy as a lot of things, but in terms of it's more heavier than it looks. You think it was going to be quite light. You know, hairdryers are generally not that heavy when you hold on to them. This actually feels quite heavy, but the idea is it will just blow air. And just to show you what I mean, I'll turn it on now, blow this. So there we go, as you can see, just blew that straight away. There's a double click. So you can either double click for on, or you can hold down the button. And as soon as you let go, it will then stop the airflow. So let's have a look and see what it's going to be used for. Here's my culprit. So as you can see, got all of this. You might be able to see, you know, I have 2 dogs, so you get lots of pet hair, there's dust and all of that. So let's have a go. Which is not too bad, to be fair. It's not the type of thing that is going to solve all of your problems. You are still going to need to be able to clean the rest of your keyboard out. You're going to need to be able to hoover it up and that sort of thing. So I've got one of these. This was a cheap pack. It came with, like for example, this very mean looking sort of toothbrush. It's not the type of thing you're going to clean your teeth with, though. We've got this little other tool at the other end. It's not very practical for a keyboard, but in terms of this one, this is quite useful because it's got these thin bristles, and as I can see when it was blowing, it is getting some of the hairs moved from places where they were a bit lodged. And as you can see, just by using that, but there you go, pet hair, bleh. Absolutely disgusting. But you can nevertheless get all of that pet hair maybe dislodged, because I know that not everybody wants to necessarily take the keyboard to bits. You know, it takes, even if you've got micro switch keys like these, there's always a risk that you pull it off wrong and you break the little tabs on the micro switches or something like that. So it might not be worth your while if you don't want to do that. But the idea behind this is it will just obviously blow all of that muck around underneath your keyboard and hopefully out of the other side, or at least dislodge it if it's a bit stuck. Obviously it's not going to work with anything that's sticky, but things like hairs where they can get quite lodged in, and it's particularly good for removing crumbs, that sort of stuff. So the other option, of course, is then to use this with other parts of your computer that you might want to use. So for example, cleaning your fans on your computer, because we all get bugged up fans and that sort of stuff. Just bear in mind, when you blow all of this, the dust is going to go in places, so you will need to clean it up. You know, it's like now my desk is full of crumbs that have been stuck inside this underneath the keys for a while. If you eat at your machine, this is just what's going to happen. The best thing in terms of these is not these sort of mouse mats, by the way. This is one that I had printed. This, you know, when you get crumbs, don't wipe it with your hand. I know I'm doing it already, but the best thing is to get one of those lint rollers and then just roll the crumbs off, because when you press on you know, the surface here, if it's crumbs, the crumbs disintegrate and then they get embedded into the fabric, and then you've got to wash it, which is not absolutely great either. Here's another example of something that you might want to have a go at. It's my fan. Well, it's not my fan, sorry. It's the cover over my fan off my computer, and as you can see, dust gets in. I vacuumed this just the other day. Sometimes dust can get a little bit stuck, so instead of vacuuming it out, try blowing. So that has now gone on, but as you can see, it's got rid of quite a bit of the dirt. There's still some there, but nevertheless, it's always good to be able to blow the dirt from a different direction rather than trying to suck the dirt with a vacuum cleaner off the surface as well. Sometimes just that little bit of different direction can make quite a bit of difference. Sometimes what I do with these as well is just, you know, give them a wash, which will take a lot of that sort of muck off, but then don't put it on the computer for a while, let it dry properly. But obviously, however you want to do it, it's up to you. You do it at your own risk anyway, but you do need to clean these sort of vent covers very often. Okay, so that's it then. So you've just been watching about the Reese air duster. It's the model is the YO1-P. It's available from Amazon, and at the moment I picked this up for £34.99. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.